Yo, what is good? My anime faithful. What is good, yo? Guys, I honestly love having shows that I, myself, I can just watch and without really caring, what other people are, reviewing or seeing people having tough times getting into it and stuff. And then there's the show that you watch that you're trying to see why people can't get into it, or you already been watching it and you're into it. I have the pleasure to actually know what that feels like now. People really can't get into this show that I'm watching as of lately. Not to mention, they seemingly just don't want to I was gonna say deal with it, but more like it's just something that didn't catch them as well as it caught me, or as well if it's gonna catch everybody. So it's definitely understandable why, what the heck, why these things happen. I mean, for instance, I think this is one of the better things that happen in the community is when people don't just watch things that they necessarily don't even like, because I think that's how we start ending up with people who kind of ruin the fandom, in my opinion, in the sense of uh, there's shows I don't want. Like, for instance, I don't watch a show just so if I know that it's unpopular or something, just so I can add to the fire, or vice versa, So with this show being the way it is, playing on a really interesting little aspect like luck, it was a fun little episode for the character that we really had no idea what she was all about, and seeing her father, the same guy who pretty much helped one of our main characters become who he is. It was really cool to actually see his daughter kind of having her own realization of that as well, that she can become as powerful, if not more powerful, than her father, and that's why her fists are so honest and true. It's because of everything else that she lacks. That's what makes up for it, and she truly shows us how willing she is to do stuff for her own means, her own reasonings, and even her own way of doing it. And that is another good reason why I like this show, because not only do they know this character is probably not beloved by a lot of the fandom, and I'm just speaking out of my own general opinion. I mean, there could be a huge calling for this person, and they love her. So I'm just saying, out of my own perspective, it doesn't seem like there's a huge outcry for this character in the show. Like, she just isn't that big of a character in it compared to, let's say, like a guy who's been in it since, quite a bit. And not only has he been in it for a bit, he's part of the backstory now, and he's also the one that is probably going to be the most likely to sacrifice himself for Eleanor, seeing how he holds the most responsibility on his shoulders. But we see this week that even a man who really has nothing to lose, or a man who really has nothing to gain, stepping up to the plate and really wanting to see a change in his life. It's crazy to think that he's um, as adept as he is with puppeteering, because you would think that would be boring to him to learn how to fight with those things, and not only that, name it and all that. You know what I mean? Like, he makes everything seem like it would be the most boring task ever, but come to find out, he's a lot more human than he even knows himself. And I love that actualization of him seeing that and being like, well, dang, like, because I feel any types of way about being called out or being having my pride trampled on, someone just telling me to get out of the way when I could fight for, to be there and stuff like that. Um, it's just definitely one of those human emotions that the puppets would never understand. So it definitely probably gave him a better feeling of maturity towards being a human being, someone in a position to actually fight for a bunch of people that might not even know he's fighting for them, which doesn't sound as boring as just gambling, hanging out with women that don't care about you, and then after you're done hanging out with them, you have to pay them, and you know what I mean? Like, he was just living the life that you live once you probably committed a lot of crimes, but all of a sudden, like a mobster or like a gangster or something, you did a lot of bad stuff to get where you are, but because you've done that stuff, you now get to do use the money any way you see fit, and I think that's the aspect of why this guy feels the way he does, or it's a good reason why he feels the way he does, simply because you can't, I don't know, you can't really fill in, like the saying says, money can't buy you everything, or it can't buy you happiness in the least, so to think that he's doing this and hasn't figured that out, it's clear that he's going to keep grinding and trying to do it, but at the same time, he's gonna learn the hard way that if he's in a buff state. That's why I can't touch him. Holy crap. He's gonna find out that he just can't win the way that any normal means necessary, and I think that's another reason why this character may grow quite a bit after this. Hopefully, anyway, because if he does grow, I feel like he'll be a very huge asset to the squad. But if he doesn't grow, I feel like he probably might die. Like, I don't think the guy who is going to fight him right now is really going to hold back, because if I remember correctly, the only reason why this guy who thinks things are boring or life is boring, the only reason why he's alive right now is because of what's his face? The guy that he's with right now. If it wasn't for that guy giving him the blood, he would have died from the disease that is being spread, or like he already was starting to catch that disease. So because he got that, he started to feel okay, and now the aspect of him straight up like becoming humanish and wanting to fight for, his right to party, it's coming down to what can he do against one of the people that pretty much slapped a whole bunch of Shinigamis who I could say are a little bit stronger than even him, So to think that he's going in trying to fight somebody that could be possibly stronger than people he knew were stronger than him just kind of also gives you that feeling of a reckless abandon type of move that he's going for, and maybe by stalling enough time would be more helpful than actually winning in this battle. But at the same time, with Lady Francine being deceased and these robots or these puppets thinking our Eleanor is Francine, he has made maybe a bet that or not a bet, but a stand that he might not go back on. So it's a really interesting situation that they're giving us. Is he really going to hold back and not hurt any humans? And if that's the case, this guy in front of him is not really a human. He's taken the blood and become, one of those Shinigamis. So I'm pretty sure he would have the right to, go about fighting him and not be in trouble. But of course, those Shinigamis are trying to be human. So yeah, I guess that might ruin that. But overall, man, we are getting a lot of episodes. This is what, episode 22, and there's still a good amount to come still, guys. Oh my god. I can't wait. there's a lot that will be seen in this show, but I feel like if anyone can appreciate it and what it starts to become as a whole, is the people that I talk to and see a lot of the stuff that I see in shows that I don't usually see. Um, I can't use it yet because it's on cooldown. I don't usually see, but sometimes you guys let me know or just fill me in on information that may have been trying to be conveyed and just wasn't done as well from light novel to anime or manga to anime. So, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for being here and supporting your boy. I truly appreciate you. And not to mention, I'm about to grind in some more games and enjoy the day. So I hope you guys are doing the same. I will be playing probably Sekiro in the background one of these times, but if I get bodied during the gameplay or the gameplay isn't that good because I have to focus so much on it, I probably won't use it that much, but I just noticed that I don't think people really care to see this in the background of my videos, so I won't be able to use it as much, but I'll probably just grind and beat the crap out of this game, so it doesn't hurt my feelings that this game doesn't really help me get views, but I don't really care about the views as a whole. Like, I just care to have fun while I'm talking to you guys, and this game is fun right now for me because it's new and I honestly am just going in on stuff. So, with all that being said, I will talk to you guys as soon as possible. Any new things that dropped, you know I will be on it and trying to get it posted on the channel as quickly as possible because I am the Anime G, and my anime people, I hope you have a great one. So with that, I will talk to you later. Peace.